Yes, sir, and it's Monday night. And if you're with us and it's on Monday night and it's 8 o'clock, you know it's Born a Musician, the radio show. I'm Captain Hook along with John Seda, and Orlando Martinez is with us tonight. Hey, what's going on, guys? How's everything?
Everything is great. Everything is great. We're
Awesome.
excited today.
You guys have been busting butt this week, doing videos, last couple weeks, doing videos, and just give us a rundown on what's been going on in chronological order. We don't have to skip
I
to
don't
the...
think I could do that.
Well, we started with I Like.
And it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work.
Well, we did. We worked with a very gracious artist, very beautiful artist from the area, from the Tampa Bay area, called Magnolia.
Right.
She's amazing.
And she's going to be our guest in the second segment.
She is. She's going to be our guest.
Looking forward to that.
She, her father, Tony Bortuando, wrote the song for her, and it's about Facebook. And Tony's like a very genius writer because he's always thinking about, what people might think is cool. And when he showed it to me about a year ago, we worked with Carlos Sanchez, who's a musical arranger, and I helped arrange some stuff and played guitar on it and produced it. And then now we're here. And so we did an English and Spanish version, even though the songs, both versions are bilingual. But it's really interesting because it's very like, happy. It's a very happy song, and it's about selfies and stuff like that.
Right.
And so we shot two videos at the same time. We would do one footage of one and then footage of the other. And we actually shot it in several locations all over the Tampa Bay area and St. Pete, Fort DeSoto. And it was just exciting. We got a tremendous sunburn, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Orlando, when
Yeah.
he first came down from New York,
Right.
he was a little pale. But
little.
he's got color now.
Yeah.
So am I. I've been peeling, and I'm like a snake right now.
Yeah.
Skin's coming
Well,
off.
that's what happens, especially if summertime's coming up, and there's going to be
yeah.
a lot more video shoots are going to be outside.
yeah.
You know that. So what other works have you guys been
Well, we've been,
doing?
all the shows that we've been doing, we compiled them all, and I put together like 22 videos. We did the interview for Elena Sahara. We did the music video for Elena Sahara, which was interesting because we recorded like 4 hours. The song came out perfect. You heard it,
Right.
and then she had known that I had mentioned, because what happened was she came from Moscow and to have a vacation in Miami, and she wanted to meet me for the first time. And so she came over and she says she wasn't really sure about the video part, but then after we finished the song, she goes, "John, what you think we can shoot the video?"
Yeah,
I
do
says,
it.
"We're ready."
We got to do it.
So we woke up early in the morning before she drove back, and we went to Al Lopez Park. And it was amazing because, the song is called Seasons of Change, right?
Right.
And it was raining. So it was like we got there, and as soon as we got there, it started to rain.
Yeah, I was going to follow you over
remember?
there.
You were there.
And I saw
as
the
we
storm coming. I saw a citation taken out of the airport here at Tampa, and he was banked over trying to get out of that stuff.
Right.
And I'm telling you right now, I says, man, if I never did get across the bridge. It was coming down. It was hailing. It was brutal.
Right. Well, over here we were lucky because it was just kind of like a little bit of, it was drizzling, right? It wasn't really hardcore rain. And then we found the spot in in Al Lopez Park where there was a building. It's the rec center that they have there, where they have a gym and stuff, and they throw parties and stuff. And it had this roof that was perfect because it was looking right over the lake. And we put ourselves under it, and we put her as close to the rain as possible. So we actually got this great footage, and it was amazing, and it was magical. And we did it in 2 hours. So the music video is coming out this Sunday. That release will come out this Sunday, and we spent several hours editing.
Now you're saying this Sunday, you mean yesterday or next Sunday? You got to think about this now.
Okay, I messed up. Well, we're doing a recap.
Yes. I just thought I'd catch you with that one, John, because, what came first, the chicken or the egg? You know what I mean?
You know what? Last week you messed up too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, tell me about it. I mess up all the time.
Well, sometimes, for those who don't, sometimes because we have people that come from far away and we'll do some in-house stuff. I think 90% has been live, and we had to do, because if, Elena was here, there was no way she couldn't be on Monday. And so that happens sometimes. And, but, we do what we do best. And,
Right.
and I will tell you something, I'm really proud of Orlando Martinez because
Okay.
he is hung tough with me, and it's hard. I haven't seen nobody that can hang with me because they always start crying. Oh God, I'm tired. I don't want to do this no more. And he's been like, hey, like sometimes
I'm getting
words
that feeling myself.
yeah,
I'll tell
well,
you.
I know. Well, I remember. I can't say what I was going to say because it would get you in trouble. But when Steve met me, he was saying, I wish I can get somebody to do what they say they're going to do. So now with me, he's in trouble because I do that, and then I get him to do something, So he's always telling me, John, you need to slow down.
Well, you've got. I understand what the essence is here is because you only have Orlando here in town for a certain amount of time, and so you guys are trying to get as much done as you can.
That's correct.
So but I haven't seen much of you guys except for doing the show once a week. But
We're on the run.
and I'm looking for it. And I will say, as I personally go through these videos as they're released, we'll put them up on WDBF Radio's Facebook page, and we'll pass them on. And we like everybody else out there to pass them along and post them and repost them also, and spread them out, spread the word out there.
Yeah, thank you. And
Thank
it's
you.
funny,
That's awesome.
because some of these videos have caught up with me. I mean, last night we're going through a big negotiation process,
Dun, dun, dun.
and
Everything seems like it's a big negotiation.
no,
these
this is
days.
a big negotiation
Dun,
process,
dun, dun, dun,
and it's like
dun,
dum dum, right? And it's like, it's funny, it's. I want to talk about this just a little bit because
Go ahead.
it's like, I've always been amazed about the way you are because you're like me. We're entrepreneurs. We're we go getters. We don't there's nothing we say. There's nothing you can't do, right? And sometimes some projects take money to do, but you can really, if you really have your heart in it, you make it happen. And that's like what music is all about, right? You play the music. You're not worried about the money, but you would like to make that money at one point.
Right.
So I'm running into a lot of these. Big corporate guys, that they love the dream and they love all the stuff, right? But they want you to have more money than them, and then they might be interested. But then, what happened? Like, what about Steve Jobs, right? When Steve Jobs started in the garage, right?
Well, my answer to them is, if I had the money, I wouldn't need you, but.
Anyway, so it's like we talked about several weeks ago about managers, right?
Right.
Why do I need a manager if you're not going to make me any money? So anyway, long story short, we're going through a big thing that's going on, and what's really interesting is that I'm getting these letters daily, and they love it. They love the dream, but it's like they want the secure thing, and it's like, I think of all the great ones that I've seen, not just mention Steve Jobs because he's the one that if it wasn't for him we wouldn't have a music industry right now, right? And it's really funny, he wasn't in the music industry,
Right?
He created his own thing, right? So I think that there's that entrepreneur thing that where you just go for it, right? And what was that one saying you told me, Orlando? Remember you said about you had mentioned this one line, this one thing where you said,
Everything's impossible till someone does it.
right.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, like, for those that are out there, everything is impossible until you do it, and we're going to do it, so it's not impossible.
Well, there was an old aviation guy that I grew up with that invented some airplanes. And I'm not going to mention who he is, but he's a very famous entrepreneur. And he said, that's the greatest thing about America. He goes, we're so damn dumb, we don't realize we can't do it, and we go out and do it anyway.
Right, exactly. And that's right. That's what the American dream is.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes now it's kind of like fading away. But, I think that for those that know what that's like, that are out there that doing the same thing too, don't give up.
Right.
Just keep on going and forget about what they say, because at the end of the day, when you become successful, all of a sudden they go, hey, you're cool. Can I get a chunk of your change? And you go like, hey buddy, it's too late.
Yeah, where were you when I needed you, pal?
Yeah, exactly. So it's but we live in an amazing time now because we're going through another, I call it, remember what's called the Industrial Revolution, right? So what do you call this revolution now? I mean, it's an internet revolution, or is it
Digital.
Technological.
technical?
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, technological. I should know that.
Yeah.
Well,
Shame on me.
I got lucky there.
Yeah, but you're right. It's technological revolution right now. So then, for those, I mean, who would have said that Mark Zuckerberg would have done what he did with Facebook?
Right.
And I bet you there was a bunch of people that probably thought he was crazy. But then, and I think in the movie there's a scene where he's talking to all these corporate guys, and they're like, "Ugh," and he's letting them have it.
Right.
And so he did it now. So now everybody loves Mark, loves him, and they should.
We should love them too, because we use Facebook to get our stuff out there
Right,
too.
and that's
so.
what the song is about. The song is about, that Magnolia did is about Facebook, which is interesting, right? This is what the topic is about tonight. It's about the song I Like. And Mark Zuckerberg,
Well,
if you're out there.
We'll talk more about that when Magnolia gets with us. The other things that we want to talk about a little bit is Rising Sun music.
Stun.
I'm blah, 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 blah,
What are we
tongue-tied.
doing? Oh, we're doing a lot of things. There's some specials going out. We have made the most competitive rates in the area. $44 an hour. See how I did that? 44.
Yep.
7 hours for 300. See how I did that?
Yep.
It's uneven,
Yep.
right? 12 hours for 500, and amazing 28 hours for 1,000.
And we should say, if you've got your act together out there, you can come in the studio and get a lot done in a short amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
But the trick is, you got to be ready. You got to have your act together, and for people out there, one of the great things that I found years ago is you need a demo. If you don't do anything else, because if you're a gigging band and you want to go out there and get some jobs, you need a demo. You need something to play for the guy. You just can't haul in all your whole band and your equipment and everything and audition for him. You need to give them a sense of what you really got, and that's something that John can do here at Rising Sun Music.
And not to mention that, when you have a demo, you can sell it.
Right.
Which helps you bring back a little bit of income, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And we also have bornamusician.com, which is a part of, what we put together. And that also helps you to make money. So we were doing a lot of things that are very exciting, and our goal is to help artists to learn how to make money. And we I would say we, because we have a crew, because we all believe in the same thing, but I believe in re-education of music, and I believe that, people, it's very important that you learn, the business of part of it. And it's not a bad word. Business is not a bad word. It's, it's part of paying the bills.
And that's one of the things, the music business and the recording business and the record business all around is going through, it's in flux right now. So you need to be on the cutting edge. You need to get your stuff out there. And this whole deal with the interview that we had last week with Charles Glenn, King C, I mean, he says it right there. I mean, you don't need to sign with a big label. The big labels are a headache. You don't want to sign a personal service contract with a big label and have them own you the rest of your life.
Yeah, and not only that, then you probably end up having like a loan
and
payment.
a lot of these guys think that, we get signed where there's going to be just an Alcort suitcase full of cash there for you. It doesn't work that way. All right, we're coming up on our first commercial break. When we come back, the beautiful and talented and young Magnolia is going to be with us. You're listening to Born a Musician on WDBFradio.com.